Hey everyone, my name is Mitch Dyer, and I am joined by fellow Witcher 3 fan and/or expert, Jared Petty.
Hi, greetings.
Jared, first things first in this Rewind Theater.
Right back here to the 6 second. Look at that sheep rendering!
Those are some next-gen sheep.
Those are next-gen sheep. Look at that wool. These are the finest-looking sheep in the history of video gaming. And yet, off there in the distance, got a Viking longship and the big tower off in the fog. And oh, it's so beautiful. Look how pretty it is. It's like Thomas Kincaid, but not dumb. You know, it's just wonderful.
Right.
Look at these things. Look at the lighting, look at the colors.
Oh man,
it's
yeah,
so
like
pretty.
just some really great environments. Like you can see Novigrad out there in the distance. It's like a big capital city, and you just get some really great looks at the world here, right? Like big, beautiful forests you're going to be exploring.
And there's tiny touches of humanity every now and then. You go back to that forest. There's like the little shrine back there, it's just sitting on the side of the path. You know, you can see it's a lived-in world right there. You know, okay, so you're a natural thing, but then there's like a little shrine there, and you'll see a lot of that kind of thing just tucked away in a lot of the corners of these scenes.
Really great.
Really neat.
Some big, very handsome men in the world of the Witcher 3.
Absolutely beautiful monsters here. Oh, big punchy guy.
He's a spooky man.
Oh, right here. I love this now. You got the Viking Funeral going on, and I mean, from the look of this, you know, that we know from some ancient accounts that apparently Vikings would sometimes have their thralls or women, like who were still alive, burned with them or killed in the boat.
Did not know that.
Yeah, so sometimes you took like your a woman with you when you went. So here we have a Viking funeral where maybe that's happening.
Vikings are strange.
Yeah.
So this is actually something I think is like a major giveaway.
Yeah.
Right. And it's also just a hilarious shot. Like here's Geralt in his boxers sitting on top of a unicorn.
On a unicorn.
And he's with Yennefer.
And I'm a little worried about this in two ways. Okay, first, only maidens are supposed to be able to ride a unicorn, and we know that Geralt is not a maiden.
Correct.
Second, her underwear's disappearing.
It's magical underwear.
Yeah.
I mean, the beginning of The Witcher 3, we know that Geralt is looking for Yennefer, so safe bet that he's gonna find her.
It appears that he will find her, and that they will get down to their skivvies. You know.
Just a great series of scenes, right? Like these little ghoul dragons in this forest. Like it's just some really cool scenes. We get to see like different looks at the magic and the religions in the world here.
Yeah, and this game seems to pull off both dark and light so wonderfully. Usually we have like a big, vast open world game. It's either really gray and brown or it's all kinds of colors. This seems to be able to straddle that gap between both.
Yeah.
A wonderful realism and naturalism to it.
Again, you get another great sweeping shot of Novigrad, which is just a very dense, detailed city with lots to do, lots of people to see, lots of deep, dark secrets.
Absolutely.
Typical for the Witcher world.
And here we get up to, if you run up to about 45, oh, there we are, top right corner, there we got some nudity, which are well known for its naked people, and there we got a teeny bit hiding up there in the corner, so yay.
Good. Yeah, it's two accounts of nudity.
Yeah, 2 counts
so far,
of nudity. There will be much more nudity.
Of course.
Because it's The Witcher. You know.
This is outside Novigrad. You can see Novigrad in the background. So this is just, you see this little boatman boating around in his little shanty town outside Novigrad. Again, Novigrad. Like, we're seeing a lot of this city.
And I love the sense of wind that you get. This is what I imagined video games would look like when I was a kid. They would either be cartoons or they would be this.
Right.
I feel like my childhood fantasies about video games are at last coming to fruition with this game.
Inside Novigrad, this is a big square, just like festival stuff going on, right? Like a big market, some entertainers just showing off to the crowd, some kids celebrating.
And that map, just panning across the map. Mitch, you've actually played around with this.
I have. So this is the Skellige Isles. This is basically the second major area you go to. If you were to pan all across this map, it would be this enormous landscape with all of these different fast travel points, which you see in the green signposts, different blacksmiths and quest givers and caves and secrets and opportunities to go gambling or shut down monster pits, stuff like that. And if you zoom all the way out, and you see the scope of this, it's really impressive. And then you zoom out again, and it's one of many major areas of exploration. The Witcher 3 is ridiculously big.
Did you find your sense of investigation as you traveled across that world? Was the traversal interesting?
Yeah, I was riding on horseback, and I was finding all sorts of secrets. And Geralt's medallion, it makes the controller vibrate when there's interesting stuff nearby. So when you're out in the world, you'll get a little zap, and you're like, oh, cool, what's going on over here?
So a big world full of things to do. That's wonderful.
Right. I mean, he's riding on this castle here. You might stumble across something interesting out in the wild, and it's great for that.
Oh, there's a whale.
I love this. This is also out in the Skellige Isles. There's a big old dragon harpy thing there.
Yeah.
I love that you know, we've seen lots of delays for The Witcher. Everyone's wondering, is this a real game? Like, is it actually going to be as ambitious as we thought it was? And my biggest worry was that we were going to lose the boats. We are not losing the boats.
Well, if you've got boats confirmed, right here, boats confirmed. And I like games with boats in them. AC4 still my favorite, just because you get to run around on boats and play pirates.
In this cave, you just see this portal here is it's created by the Wild Hunt as a diversion. It's they are also in this cave. Geralt is looking for something. I won't give away too much, but I played through this cave, and it's you walk through that portal, and it takes you to a mysterious place. You get thrown all over these caves. Neat. Very interesting. And as you see here, we get a look at one of the Wild Hunt.
Oh, he looks so good.
Yeah, they are spooky dudes. Like, they make skeletons cool in The Witcher.
Okay. Like, it's hard to make skeletons cool, not since Jason and the Argonauts.
And maybe Game of Thrones, because Game of Thrones had the very Argonaut style.
That's a good point. You did have Also Skeletor, Nah ha ha, He-Man.
Oh man, I want to see like a Skeletor dub on The Witcher 3.
How does he have muscles? I don't understand.
Don't worry about it.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, we just get, again, this is just talking about how, hey, this world is violent and sad and crazy.
Yeah. Lots of bad and now we got monsters here.
Yeah, we get to look at some different monsters, like these little guys prowling in the world, like the corpses everywhere. They've clearly killed these people.
I love these guys.
Some ghouls that these guys, they go invisible briefly, and then you just have to wait for them to pop out at you from any angle, so you just have to be ready to deflect and attack.
And in the VO, they're pointing out the fact that whenever you encounter these things, depending on the environment, the time of day, etc., the behavior is going to be different. How you
I mean, I don't actually ever recall seeing one of these ghouls during the day.
Okay.
Wow. Little Abe's Odyssey guys. What was
they
Abe?
do?
He's like a Mudokon.
Yeah, I forget what those guys are called.
I think they're Mudokons. They look a lot like Mudokons.
That makes me so happy.
Which is amusing to me.
Hello, follow me. Okay.
This griffin is the first major hunt that you have, and obviously showing off, hey, you got this thing as a trophy. Okay. But a lot of the first act is Geralt tracking this griffin, and it's a big major quest.
Mitch, can I take that griffin head and stick it on my own head afterward?
Sadly not.
Oh, that's too bad. That would have been a great feature.
I wanted to skip over to here. This is this gives you a look at like some of the stuff you were talking about earlier. You know, the investigative elements of Geralt. He's doing a bit of he's tracking a trail. He sees some scrapes on a tree, which you see by like activating this vision mode, and you see some tracks that go off into the side here, and it lets you see not only quest details, but just kind of interesting things that have happened in the world. Like, you can run across this and potentially not even notice, but you activate the investigation mode, and it might take you on this interesting quest that's not necessarily like an activated thing. You just discover stuff, and it might lead you to a treasure or someone in need, things like that.
That's one of the things I loved about Witcher, is that Geralt's not a warrior. He's a hunter. Yeah. And in so many games, I've played, soldier guy over and over again.
Yeah, of course.
Witcher's a hunter, and that's a very different thing.
This is the griffin that you're tracking here. It's just a great shot. Geralt like taking off after this griffin flying into the sunset.
Oh, that's really cool. So beautiful.
But yeah, you'll chase this thing down.
The mighty jackalope.
Of course.
Yep.
He's with his little zebra prints. This is cool. I love the monster variety in The Witcher. Look at this thing. It's just a brute. It's a terrifying thing.
Yeah, I really enjoy Monster Hunter games, but I like the more fast-paced look that we're getting from this. I enjoy what Monster Hunter does as well, but this looks like a very different take on that kind of idea. Oh, look, you're being attacked by roots.
Yeah, this is cool. This guy, he's very far away, and he just shoots some tree roots out at Geralt. It's very, very cool and just unexpected attack.
Here we have the crossbow for the elevated attacks, which is a new feature to Witcher 3, and something to look forward to.
Swimming, which we haven't seen a whole lot of. It's just cool that it's there. Like, you can go diving, and like there are threatening monsters in the waters. There are treasures to discover and all sorts of secrets like that.
All kinds of fun stuff going on here. Yeah, carnage. Well, carnage
like
going on. And then people are going to move into the places you clear out. So gradually, you clear out the natives and bring civilization to the land. So really, it's manifest destiny.
Yeah,
that's what's going on. Okay.
This just gives you a decent look at the variety of clothing that Geralt has. I mean, you get a look on the left side there. All these different gowns and tunics and armors and leathers and things that you can equip that they obviously all have different stats. And you can see them change there in the bottom right. Just like a little bit of change. 302 armor there, 183 here, because it's just a shirt.
Kind of a Buccaneer look there.
Yeah, and you got a little bit of this in The Witcher 2, where he had like, oh, it's the red armor or the blue armor, almost like Link style. But this is, here's a very a more regal set, or something here that's more like he's like a brigadier.
When you got a big open world, you want to fill it with things to find and things to get. So, you want to add more of this kind of this custom tailoring element to it. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and it plays into the idea of like The Witcher being your story.
Now that he's got this beard, though, I'm hoping there's a Santa suit. I really am.
Oh, that would be
Geralt the
so
Santa
great.
Claus. I'm hoping
That
for
would be so great.
So move ahead here
Yeah.
a bit. Oh. So we're learning about our skills. We can become a swordsman just like the original game there. Oh, blocking arrows with a sword.
Yeah, so that's
awesome.
that's actually one of it's an unlockable skill. You might scale completely differently. We'll get a look at some of the skill tree stuff later, but deflecting the arrows isn't something Geralt can just do.
Right.
Like he can activate that, and it's you block it, and it drains a bunch of stamina to deflect. But hey, you didn't get shot. So
Right. You blocked an arrow, and then go kill it. And then alchemy. That's the second tree.
Of course, you gather some flowers and things like that. You can start crafting, or things like grenades that have different effects. Like this one here is blinds opponents within its explosion radius and destroys monster nests. So you'll find those in the map, and you throw a grenade in, it clears out the monster nest, solves that problem, and then people can move in.
Okay.
Things like that. And there are different things like freezing grenades, incendiary grenades. A lot more variety of
So the
violence.
things you're harvesting gradually are used to form new weapons and horrible ways to kill things.
Yeah, I mean,
awesome.
you see here he's using explosives, and that just burns the thing to death.
And then the third, of course, is magic. Oh, look out behind you, Geralt!
Nah, he's fine.
Yeah, he's doing all right. He's got magic. He's setting stuff on fire.
Yeah, so you get a decent look at the variety of skills he has, right? Like there are the 5 signs, which is what they call the magic. There's like the Agni, the Axii, all these things. This is the Force Blast, essentially. I mean, at level 1, you just kind of push a wave out. Here it's a circular AoE because he's chosen to upgrade that. So the Agni here, you start out, again, it's just a quick fire blast with a chance to ignite. You upgrade it and it becomes a flamethrower. He's torching all of these guys.
Oh, I love this one.
Yeah, this one is a slowing field, and it paralyzes enemies there. Again, that's a more simplified AoE blast. The shield here absorbs damage, and you can upgrade it so you can like return health every time you get hit. Things like that.
So lots of customization options available with the magic.
Yeah. You're also, if you check out all the IGN First content we're doing for The Witcher 3, I've got a big feature on the magic.
Now here we are in the Nilfgaardian court, right?
Yeah, this is the Emperor, and he's voiced by Charles Dance, who you might know better as Tywin Lannister on Game of Thrones. This is his character. You get a little glimpse of him in the trailer, not much, but he goes on to tell you a little bit about Ciri, who's the Witcher in training that Geralt was sort of. She was his protege growing up. And a lot of The Witcher 3 it's Geralt pursuing people. It's him trying to find Yennefer and trying to find Ciri, and you get a detailed look at her story as well, because she's playable, so you get to like go back in time and like look at what she was doing.
So very much like Witcher 2, this is a story of pursuit.
Always, yeah. Constantly.
Yeah.
This is a set of witches who just have little body parts hanging out of them.
Why does he have? Why he has too many legs?
Yeah, don't worry about it.
It's
other people's legs.
Ugh, that's a lot of legs. I don't know if I'm approved of that many legs. All right. And now they're showing the dialogue trees and the options, the fact that you can react to situations different ways. Witcher 2 was the same way. Yep. That's one of the things that's a real pleasure about the game is a sense of investment in what's going to happen around you almost all the time.
Yeah, and there's a greater sense of urgency in the dialogue this time around. I mean, you see the bar, it's draining pretty quickly. So you do have to make a call very quickly about if you're going to be a violent person or if you're going to try to be threatening and maybe try to just get people to back off. Or you can just, tell people nicer guy things, and you can kind of talk your way out of bad situations.
Oh, right here! And this is my favorite thing in the whole trailer,
your
right
buddy.
there. This is your opportunity to fight a guy with a Charlie Brown tattoo.
It's so great.
Yeah, his Charlie Brown's shirt is tattooed across this man's chest.
Also, I think he's got carrots on his forearms and a candle.
Yeah, he's got all kinds of things going on. But I mean, Charlie Brown's wardrobe.
He's basically The Witcher 3's version of Max Scoville.
Oh, well, he kind of is. Yeah, that's true. Max does have a few doodles on his.
Yes, he does.
Here we are. Stabbing.
Yeah, getting a pretty brutal look at the combat here. Lots of so these executions, which are super brutal. You get a. Oh, sorry. Going back a little bit.
It's all right.
You drain the stamina of an enemy, and you get to pull off stuff like this. Like these executions. These are not like a limited resource or anything. Like this is based on the kind of stuff you're doing in combat. Also, I love that dude's head flew off and his hat flew in a different direction.
Oh, I mean that's what happens when your head falls off.
Is that true?
Last time my head fell off, my hat fell completely different way.
I'm learning things with you here today, Jared.
So I just stuck it back on. It worked. The hat, not the head.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Again, just another great look at Novigrad, just there in the distance. There's so many great shots in this game. The cutscene direction, I think, is incredible.
Is he wearing bell bottoms?
1970s Geralt? No,
it's
just
a skirt.
cloak,
Okay, good. For a second there, I was like, wait a minute, that's amazing.
It would be superb.
It would be, absolutely. All right, so somebody's hee-hawing like these. Oh, look, getting drunk. Okay, there's drunk
like
Geralt.
you do. I think this is a horse race. There's just random side quests like that where you can make some extra money.
Sure. You get a big world explorer.
Triss.
Triss Marigold. Hi, Chris. It's a tryst kiss.
Tryst
Oh,
kiss.
and that's a tryst, not a tryst.
This is a card game that so throughout the world of The Witcher, there are all these cards, and you just collect them. It's basically a collectible card game within The Witcher 3. So you can find them in the woods randomly on like bodies of people who have like decks, or you can go to stores and buy all this stuff.
So this kind of harkens back to the Naked People cards from the first game, but it's using characters here, a lot of whom I recognize from the second game.
Yeah, I mean, these are named characters, and they are straight up named on the cards, and they have different skills and different abilities, and like they're all labeled as different levels and things like that. So if you're into that kind of stuff, like these are everywhere, and there's a ton of collectible cards that every time you go to a bar, people might want to play a game, or there might be story moments where you can get information from somebody if you beat them in a card game. And
No, I appreciate stuff like this. I spent half my time in Red Dead just playing poker.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there's a shrine of some kind you're jumping over to. I think kind of like
yeah, you know what? I don't know that I actually encountered any of these, but
Yeah.
maybe it's similar to Dragon Age Inquisition, where you find these obelisks and they give you ability points.
Yeah, because we thought that forest earlier seemed to have the same thing under that little hut.
Yeah.
Hunting treasure.
Oh, there it is. What's that? Oh,
There we go. Yeah, some underwater treasure hunting, which I like. Oh, I just went to the very end.
That's
My
all
mistake. I'm farther ahead now, aren't I?
Yep, that's okay. All right, this
All
one.
right, lots of trailer to dissect here.
Here we are.
Yeah, I love this. All the treasure's tied to the barrels, but then you have this like underwater harpy thing swimming alongside you. Probably dangerous.
Yeah, that seems like a very dangerous place to be hunting. Human beings under the water, you know, we kind of evolved the other way.
Yeah.
So I think Geralt's trying to force things back the other direction. I'm not sure it's going to work.
This is actually a weird blood ritual. It's part of the story. I won't ruin exactly what's going on here, but you get some weird, uncomfortable stuff like this with ladies drinking blood. This world is very strange.
Yeah, well, that's part of the fun. I mean, we have a video game here. It's taking us to a place that we could only imagine otherwise. And,
Yeah.
that's part of the joy of the strangeness.
Is that a
look at
mule?
You know,
There are
they're
horses, but
neighing
then I
like
think this is
horses,
just a
but they
mule.
look kind of mulish. Yeah, I don't know.
I want to ride a mule.
Maybe
in
it's
The
a
Witcher.
pony. I don't. Oh, totally. Mule riding. I'm excellent. Big fan of the mule. The noble mule.
This is a great scene too. I didn't notice this. I didn't catch last time that this was one shot, but that dragon flies by,
Yeah.
and Geralt turns the corner, and there's this giant.
It's coming right at you, and then cuts out there. So, yeah, Mitch, you looking forward to this thing?
Very much so. I mean, I wrote a preview on IGN.com for IGN First with Daniel Krupa. Daniel and I went and played 6 hours of The Witcher 3, so we spent a significant amount of time exploring the Skellige Islands and other, the northern kingdoms and all these different areas. Very impressive, lots to see, lots to do. If it's your first time through, I mean, you can check out the preview, but I think it's a really good entry point. If you've never played a Witcher game, yeah, just lots of great information to kind of introduce you to the world and the characters.
That makes me happy to hear. Witcher 2 had such a wonderful story. I was really drawn into it. I'm happy, though, that people are going to be able to hop right into this and not have to go back. That's really cool to hear. Although, guys, if you got the time, Witcher 2 is a lot of fun.
It's still great. Free on IGN Prime as well this month.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That's fantastic.
So be sure to check that out, as well as a ton of the IGN First coverage we're going to be doing all throughout the month of April. So, for all your Witcher 3 needs, and all video game needs that you might have, stay tuned to IGN.